Welcome and welcome back. We have got a lot to talk about. A couple of leaks from today, Golden God from yesterday, about a dozen new text hints as well. So let's jump into it. Let's start off with what we got today in the official reveals. We have got the Gem Crab making his appearance. Witness the Gem Crab burrow, so it's actually even easier than what I was expecting. You just have to go essentially sit on the gem crab for 10 minutes, and then it's going to dig away. That's going to complete this task. And we are rewarded with the woodcutting skill icon, and as many of you have guessed, this is going to give us the Gatherer perk. So much like the crafting one over here, or combatant, we get to pick 3 skills. When you get XP in one of them, you get 50% in the other. And good news for us, agility is in this list. I've never thought of agility as a gathering skill, but I can't say that I'm mad that it's here. Now, one thing to keep in mind with all of this, as we've seen more and more of these reveals, it's really just confirmed all of those leaks that we've had. So I'm fully expecting that we're going to get all 3 of the gathering tools at this point, meaning mining, fishing, and woodcutting are all kind of taken care of, really. I guess that'd be true for Hunter as well, since Animal Wrangler picks that one up. So, of those skills, you probably want to pick one of them. In the same way for combatant, you kind of want to pick one of the strong ones. Same thing with crafting. You want to pick one that is really easy to train, and then you pick up 2 others. Now, we'll have to see if we end up getting a thieving relic. We did have some really powerful thieving in previous leagues, so I kind of expect we're going to get something for thieving. We'll have to see. That may be a good pickup if we end up not getting that, but I will talk about that here in a minute. Agility, I think, is for sure one that you're going to want to pick up, just because this lets you get passive agility XP while training other skills. You don't have to worry about it. Agility's terrible. Don't have to touch it. Even if we do get some passive, like whatever boots like we've had in previous leagues, I know some people have speculated maybe it'll be up here in the top corner. If that's true, I don't want to wait until I have this top corner to get my passive agility experience. I don't know about you guys, but I think that is a really good candidate for one of the skill picks. I probably wouldn't take Slayer, because once you get the Slayer perk up here, and as you'll recall, this is one of the first reveals that we had. Defeating a Jowl Zek within the Inferno. These are the majors. I know a lot of you may be afraid of the Inferno. This particular part of it, pretty easy. Like, you just have to get a fire cape in order to access the Inferno, and then you'll probably at that point be able to kill a major. It's not particularly difficult to get through here. I don't remember the exact way, but it's like wave 30, wave 40, somewhere in that ballpark, where you're going to end up spawning one of these majors. It's alone. As long as you have Prey Mage, you're going to be fine. And you're going to have Prey Mage anyway, because you're going to have that when you take on the Fire Cape. So, because you're going to get access to this Slayer Master perk, pretty much everything you kill is going to give Slayer XP. I don't think Slayer is a choice here. Now, if you really want to rush it for some reason, or maybe we'll end up having some tiles that have high-level Slayer requirements, and you really want to rush those down, maybe. I guess you could also pick it as your strong one as well, though I don't know if I love that, because you are going to have to wait a little bit in order to get this. You still have to go and get the fire cape, so it's not going to be like immediate. Whereas if you take something like mining, fishing, or woodcutting, you pretty much straight up have those tools already at your disposal. So you're able to jump in and train all 3 of whatever skills you pick. So all that said, I'm looking at probably either mining or fishing as my strong one, agility as a second, and then probably thieving as a third. With that little asterisk of, if we get a thieving relic, I might change my mind on that. Shoot, if we do get a thieving relic, maybe I would take Slayer. Not for the sake of training Slayer itself, but because as I go up, as I unlock that perk, it then becomes the thing that passively trains my other skills. So I'm not stuck like mining or fishing somewhere if I don't want to be. But maybe. We'll see. The other reveal that we got today was the Demonic Throne. It is building a Demonic Throne in the player-owned house. And that is going to reward you with the Thunder Kopish. Nice that they put the stats in here as well. We don't even pull it up on the wiki. Now, this is a really, really strong weapon, and apparently it doesn't even have an attack requirement to wield it. So, if you've got like some sort of pure build because you went combatant and you picked like strength, magic, and ranged because you just kind of want your main combats to train up, this may end up being something that you can just pick up and wield and then use that to train your attack up. It does have some AoE with the lightning there and the special attack as well, doing AoE lightning. All right, we'll go to the wiki anyway, because you want to see the lightning. Look at that go. It's generally just a really, really strong weapon to get. Now, we kind of already knew that this was going to be coming back, so I don't think anything that they've revealed today is a surprise if you've been following along with the leaks. But that is not all. Got home a little bit too late last night to be able to cover the leak from yesterday. But we did also see Golden God is coming into the game. I've been hyping this thing up for the last couple of days since the leaks because it's just so strong. And the requirement to get it is just getting valuables from a house in Varlamore. So 50 thieving and you're good to go. There's nothing related to, like, some people were speculating, needing to turn in valuables with the Coliseum kind of upgrade for them. You don't even need that. It's literally just 50 thieving, which kind of makes me think, taking thieving in here may not be the worst because you'll just passively get it up as you kind of go through some of the earlier tasks using those gathering relics. Maybe. We'll still see. But Golden God, as I've talked about, just so powerful because you can use High Alchemy passively. No rune requirements on there. So once you get into the later game, having like a stack of noted rune items, dragon items, or something that's just constantly going, it's going to give you 15% more gold on the alks. There's a chance that the items are saved. But even if you don't have access to that, like in the early game, you can go and buy a stack of feathers. And this will just be passively training up your magic. And it's going to be like fairly quick. Yeah, I mean, High Alchemy is not like the craziest of XP as you get into the higher levels, but it's just always chipping away. And this is also the thing that's going to be solving your money problems. Now, the other perk of this is being able to use 20,000 coins as if they were a dragon bone on any of the prayer altars. So when I was talking about this before, this thing makes prayer completely free. Well, free. Because, yeah, I mean, you do need the money, but you are essentially going to have infinite money. It takes a little while for it to ramp up. Once you start getting to the point where you have, a mil, 2 mil, you're more or less good. You can go and find rune items at one of the shops. So think like Champions Guild or Narda. You'll be able to go there and kind of buy stacks of rune items. And then as you really get up there, you can eventually work your way into the construction shops and do things like magic stones or gold leaves, things like that, and really start snowballing the gold there. Now, the other nice thing with this is it allows you to buy things noted from shops. Now, there are a ton of shops in the game, and while I'm not going to cover all of them, I do want to give a shout out to a few of the shops that you can go to with Golden God to help you train up some of the other skills. Now, if there is one that you feel like I've missed, definitely let people know in the comments because there are just a ton of shops in the game. So it's really difficult to pick out every single one of them. But here are 4 of them that I think you should keep track of. The first one being in the Ranging Guild. You'll need 40 range to get access to this, but once you're here, there's a shop that sells fletching supplies. So you can see it sells arrow shafts, rip the lumberjack relic continually. They don't have feathers on them, but you're going to have production prodigy pretty quickly, so you're going to be able to slap on the feathers really quickly onto these. And making arrows, there's also rune arrow tips in this same shop as well. Making arrows is just like super, super fast fletching XP. Now, we do have the fletching minigame if you have logs on you already, but you don't even need it. You can go and sit at the shop and just like buy a whole bunch of these arrow supplies. Life will be good. You can also do this with like broad arrows, but this will be faster, so I'd recommend just coming here. Next up, we have Frankie's Fishery. This is the food shop over in Piscarilius, so the one that's in Karen, Zaya. It's just right next to the boat. You can actually see the boat that you take to get here. It's just a little bit north of that. And this shop is going to be really good for cooking because it sells raw sharks. Yeah, it even sells kind of a lot of them, 25 in a stack. I mean, remember, you can buy this stuff noted, and in leagues, it's essentially going to be infinite shop stock. Now, the amount that you pick up per like buy action is whatever the stock normally is set to, so 25 in this case. But you can really quickly get just like a ton of sharks out of this. So if you don't want to use Animal Wrangler to get your cooking up, you can come here and you can just like blast through it. Next one we've got here are gem stalls. There are a lot of gem stalls in the game. This is the one that's in Alderaan. It does go up to rubies, which is why I wanted to highlight this one. But you can also use the one in like Alcarid. There's one in the castle courtyard in Karen as well. There's several of them just kind of all over the game. You can go to any of them, but I just like this one because it has rubies, emeralds, and sapphires. You can really quickly build up all of these. And while normally this shop is a pain because of the restock time, you don't have to worry about it now. Welcome to Leagues, everything's got infinite stock. Plus, if you really wanted to go ham, you can even sell the cut ones right back to it for decent GP. So maybe as like an early moneymaker for you, this one could be really good. And the last big shop that I wanted to call out for this is the ore seller in the blast furnace. Now, for many leagues, this was disabled. In the last one, it was enabled. It was available to us. So I'm expecting for GridMaster, we're going to be able to buy ores here. And while it doesn't sell like a ton of super high level ores, gold ore is great once you get goldsmithing gauntlets. You can even use the mithril ore in here, making mithril bars that's still like fairly high level. So this can be another good way for you to train smithing if you don't want to just sit yourself at a rock forever and kind of take advantage of that power miner passive. Now, we also got confirmation of the dog sword being down here. It will flicker occasionally on there. Oh, there it was. Did you catch it? They've also gone ahead and officially put these Soul Spear and Soul Bracers on here. You're getting both as this reward. And while I didn't really talk about it, because the Spear itself is just really good, like my favorite weapon probably from the last league, the Sunlight Bracers are nothing to scoff at because these things double the healing that you get as well. So when you think about things like the Corrupted Shark that we're going to get over here, Stinky Shark Relic, rather than healing 20, it'll heal 40. An infinite stack of 40 heals. Doesn't that just sound good? Boy, that's exciting, isn't it? Now, while that is everything that they've currently revealed on here, they did add a ton of text teasers. So I want to go through those as well and take some guesses as to what other tasks we're going to have. Okay, did they change this right as I was like on this page? This said, what are those the last time I clicked it? Hold on. Huh, okay, well, I guess we've got even more text teasers. They didn't put another leak on X, so I don't know. Dare, 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 enter, enter, enter. Why are we always getting trolled on these reveals? Come on, does this even mean anything? Okay, whatever. Someone smarter than me is gonna have to tell me if that actually means anything, so I think we're just getting trolled, dude. Anyway, gosh dang, dude. This is the first, like, poem thing that they added. Boiling iron breath, forge fire, warms the drinker's soul, courage in each gulp. Now, this is one of the easy tiles in here. This has got me thinking something about Giant's Foundry, potentially. Maybe, like, claiming the reward, the Kovacs Grog, maybe. That's the only thing that comes to mind for me. Now, sadly, they didn't give us any hints on what the reward is going to be, so whatever Dash R is, but I wouldn't get too attached to that because they have that in a number of places, so I don't think it means anything specific. The next one we have over here in a medium tile, buried in brown earth, simple strength for weary hands, a meal hard-earned, warm. Right off the rip, I'm almost thinking stew because we've got potatoes buried in brown earth, and what meal is gonna be like heartier and warm than a bowl of stew? Now, I have seen some folks speculating maybe it has something to do with like limpworts or strength potions, but neither of those strike me as a meal hard-earned and warm, so I really think it's going to be something related to stew over here. Make a stew, buy a stew in the Warriors Guild, maybe use like spices on the stew, that could be it as well. Have to collect the little tubs of spices from the rats down in Dave's mom's basement using your cat. That might actually be a little bit too much of a stretch for a medium tile, considering the other medium tiles are like, go get some valuables from a Varlamore house. Next one, we have got Golden Feather Falls, guiding knights through mist and myth. Faith finds what is lost. Now, it's worth noting that it's in this row here, and I sort of suspect that all of the free-to-play stuff is going to be these center two, the center column and the center row. Golden Feather Falls. What would free-to-play have access to that aligns to this? Recruitment Drive? No, that one's not free-to-play. There's like a White Knight quest that's available. Blue Right something? That doesn't really feel like it fits, though. This one has me a bit stumped. I wonder, maybe you guys will have some guesses onto what this might mean. And yes, both of these also have the Dash R. I think all of the poem stuff has that Dash R on there. Next one we have is Gleam on Tattered Roads. Colors proud on novice feet, style before the stats. I mean, this has got to be Rainbow Boots. It's right here, one of these easy tiles as well. And you know Rainbow Boots are always style before stats. I always thought those were super good mage boots back in the day. So that'll be like, yeah, you go and complete the Stronghold of Security, right? Claim your boots. No hint on the reward, though. We got another one over here on this medium tile. Moonlight softly hums, silver wings kiss midnight air, dreams take flight unseen. Probably Moonlight Moths, if I had to guess. Catching those, and that is a 75 Hunter requirement. Man, a 75 Hunter requirement on that kind of has me rethinking stew over here as medium, because stews only have like a 50, 54, 58 cooking requirement, depending on where you cook it. Although, I guess with Animal Wrangler, Hunter is going to be really quick to train. I don't know. Well, that has me second guessing this one over here, but I Can't imagine that this is anything other than Moonlight Moths. We also had them move the hint for the Barrow's Gloves up 1, which means they have something else planned for this bottom row reward. Next little poem we have is in this bottom right corner over here. 1 over from the edge, this is a hard tile. Cracked upon the wall. Shell of pride, yoke of fear, fall, respawn, repeat. Oh my god, they're gonna make us do that egg quest that released with Varlamore Part 3, aren't they? Scrambled, that's what it's called. Is that really a hard task? Man, they're trolling with that one. Still no hint at the reward, though. And they also added another hint for this column reward, travel back in time. Through the files and the flames, we carry on. Now, surely this has to be Last Recall, right? Travel back in time. For those who didn't play the League, Last Recall was a really powerful item that let you save a spot somewhere, and then you could pop the item, and it would essentially take you back there. Now, in the last League, it also restored your stats as well, so you're able to save, I think, everything. You're able to save all of your stats, essentially, and when you reset it, then, you got, like, spec back, you got your health back, prayer back. So this was really strong both for skilling and PVM. The only places where this wasn't good was in any of the instanced bosses, but because you're so powerful with all of this stuff going on, that only really hindered you in something like the Inferno, where it's a really long instance that you're fighting through. Things like Zulrah, which are technically instanced, you'd blow up the boss. You could use this to go back out to the entrance to Zulrah, have all your stats restored, and just go back in and blow it away. So if this is true, this thing is like super, super good. Although, unfortunately, it is on one of the hardest reward columns right here, because you're going to have, oh god, the 30-second Inferno. Oh, I know a lot of people are worried about that one. But, we're also going to have another potential hard task over here. 2 of these as well. I mean, you're getting rick-rolled on this one. So this is going to be a tough thing, I think, for a lot of people to pick up, if for nothing else than this 30-minute Inferno. I know a lot of you guys are worried about that one. Now, I do also kind of wonder, since it says through the files and the flames, maybe they'll also give us Banker's Note on this one, because Total Recall and Banker's Note were paired against each other in the previous League. So maybe we'll end up getting both from this tile. That's the only reason I can think that they'd put files here, but we'll have to see. If you get both, then this is really like probably the strongest reward out of the entire board, because not only are you getting to save a spot from Last Recall, which can help with, weird skilling methods and also the PVM aspect of saving your stats, you'll also have Banker's Note, which gives you the ability to note and unnote anything in your inventory at any time. So you'll have infinite stacks of supplies for those instanced stuffs. It'll also help you a lot with skilling as well, because you can do things like, if you have a lot of pure essence, you can sit at a rune crafting altar and just one-click unnote the essence, click the altar, and just kind of go back and forth and get some really fast XP. Man, having both of those, you kind of don't need both, really. They're both really strong. They both kind of serve the same function, but man, it just gives you so many options if that's true. Well, now I want to know. Now, one other thing that I want to call out, give a shout out to Mr. Totally Clueless in the Discord, helping us test some things with the gem crab. Originally, we were thinking maybe you could pick up like Power Miner, go and tag the crab, and then mine the ores that are around gem crab. It does seem like it will reset aggro if no one's on it. Now, when the game mode starts, I'm sure there's going to be a ton of people who rush the gem crab anyway, so maybe it'll be a non-issue, but it is something to think about, because there are a lot of low-level herbs around the different gem crab spots, so you may be able to get away with like training a little bit while you're out there waiting for the gem crab to go, because it does say you just have to witness it burrow away. It doesn't say like you have to fight it. So if you want to go out there for 10 minutes mining around while people are kind of punching at it, might not be a bad idea. But that is everything for today. Whew, kind of a lot of stuff, a lot of poems. As always, while you're waiting for more leaks and reveals, highly encourage you to check out the Zaya Locked series, be over there on the left, trying to do everything that Zaya has to offer without leaving the continent. And if the next leak or reveal is out, I'll have that linked down below me. Thanks for watching, take care, and I will catch you in the next one.